Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So guys, today we are going to discuss about the lecture number 3 in the series of uh, continuation of with the lectures that we have attended regarding the introduction of software architecture and the importance of software architecture. So today's lecture is regarding the software design, and this lecture or this chapter is decomposed into two parts: software design part 1 and software design part 2. Today we are going to discuss about software design part 1, and inshallah next week we'll be discussing about software design part 2. So let's start. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. For the design in the general sense, we live in a designed world, and design is economically important and affects our quality of life. Any product that is an aggregate of more primitive elements can benefit from the activity of the design. For example, building design, doors, windows, plumbing fixtures, landscape design. When we are going to see there going to be a new park that is going to be started for the development in our area, or in a more software sense, we have a user interface design when we are going to show that how our interface is going to look like, and the software design eventually the classes, procedures, functions, data and declaration exception. So design is everywhere, while construction of the buildings, while designing of the different clothes, while designing of the different cars, while designing of the different architectures, etc, etc, and even in the same sense as the designing of the part of different phases in the software development as well, like user interface design, software design, etc, etc. Regarding the system design, software design is the activity of specifying the mature and composition of software products that satisfy client needs and desires subject to the constraints. The mature and composition of software products. Okay, software designers do what other designers in other disciplines do, जो कि दूसरे disciplines में that is being performed by the different designer, except they do it for the software products. So software design has the same sense, even more than the same sense in the software development as concerned into the different other domains. What the software designers do, the design bridges the gap between knowing what is needed, which is collected from the software requirement specification, to entering the code that makes it work, the construction phase. So it bridges the gap from SRS as shown in the figure and the code generation. So it is in the phase between the requirements and the construction to actually design how from the textual requirements that are gathered in order to make it closer to the implementation or the code. System design is a part of the software development life cycle, and design phase comes from after the system analysis phase in the system analysis and design life cycle, and it is almost the part of every process model of a software development methodology that is being used. So the design phase decides how the new system will operate, and it develops the system requirements that describe details for the building the system. We also describe 3 alternative strategies for acquiring the system. So we are going to discuss about the few concepts for the design and the alternative strategies for acquiring the system. So it is a transition from requirements to design. So the purpose of analysis phase is to figure out what the business needs are, and the purpose of the design phase is to decide how to build it. So analysis is what and design is how. During the initial part of the design, the business requirements are converted into the system requirements that describes the technical details of the building the system. The business requirements that have been collected from the software requirements specification. System requirements are communicated through a collection of design documents and physical process and data modules. So these system requirements are then converted into the more design documents and physical process of the data modules. And it is more comprising of the logical design and the physical design. So system design part is comprised of logical and physical design. There are different activities involved in the system design phase, like determine preferred system acquisition strategy, either to make, buy or outsource the software or the system, design the architecture of the system, and its deliverable is the architecture design. Deliverables means this is the phase, this is the outcome of the phase. So from the discussing of the different strategies, the outcome will be the alternative matrix, which will provide the quick view of to choose from different alternatives possible. Design the architecture of system output or deliverables is architecture design. Make hardware and software selections. Design system navigation in inputs and outputs. Output is interface design. Convert logical process model to the physical process model. So output is physical process model. Interface design is in a software house. I might have told you already that interface design is different, interface development is different. So interface design is more of a Photoshop view of how a system interface is going to look like, and then interface is going to be developed by the particular developer for different platforms. That is more technical perspective to see whether that interface is being developed from .NET point of view, from Java point of view, or for mobile, or for desktop application, or for web, for extra, etc. Update case repository with additional system details. Design the program that will perform the system processes. Convert logical data model to physical data model, and update case repository with additional system details. And revised crude matrix. Output is crude matrix. Design the way the data which will be stored, data storage design, and complete final system specification. System specification, all of the above deliverables combined and presented to the approval committee. So the final outcome of the design phase will be the system specification. That's more technical. At the end of the design phase, the final deliverable cost system specification is created. So for from the analysis phase, we receive some requirements into the design phase as an input, and from the design phase we receive the system specification document as an output. System specification outline will comprise of recommended system acquisition strategy, system acquisition weighted alternative matrix, architecture design, hardware and software specification, interface design, physical process model, program design model, physical data model, data storage design, updated crude matrix, updated case repository entries. Let's discuss about the system acquisition strategies. So there are three main primary ways to approach the creation of a new system. First will be to develop a custom application in-house, whether we develop it by ourselves. Second is buy a package system and possibly customize it. And third is rely on an external vendor, developer or service provider to build or provide the system. First will be whether we develop it in our own software house, if we have any, or in-house development, buy a package system. Second is whether we go for the completely already developed package system and customize it. For example, the point of sale system that is being developed, that is being used in the different companies already. Rely on an external vendor, developer or service provider to build or provide the system. Means we outsource our requirements to the external company to not develop it for ourselves if we don't have the necessary skills to develop it in-house. The first option is, which is the custom development. The custom development, which is building a new system from scratch. Pros of the custom development: it allows developers to be flexible and creative in the way they solve business problems. It allows to take advantage of current technologies that can support strategic efforts, and it builds technical skills and functional knowledge within the organization. So building a new system from scratch, the benefits are that it will allow developers to be more flexible and creative, because they are already working in the same company, so they will be more flexible and they know that already what is happening in the industry about everything. It allows to take advantage of current technology that can support strategic efforts, and the technologies that are already aware of, they can use those technologies to uh, that can support the strategic efforts. It builds technical skills and functional knowledge within the organization, and if they don't have lack some few technical skills, they can learn throughout the process and even develop those technical skills and functional knowledge within the organization, so they can enrich the experience of the people who are working here. So sometimes you might have heard about the terminology, the learning by doing. So if you want to learn a new technology, for example Python or .NET, it is better to get a project. If you start using the tutorial in order to learn the technology, it will be difficult and not very motivating. So rather, if you plan to build a complete project out of it, for you it will be easy to learn that particular technology, considering the goal that you need to achieve it as soon as possible. So it will eventually increase the technical skills of the company as well. Cons of the custom development: it requires a dedicated effort that include long hours and hard work. It requires a variety of skills, but high skilled information professionals are difficult to hire and retain. The risks associated with the building a system from the ground up can be quite high. So it requires a dedicated effort that include long hours and hard work, because custom development requires lots of time to get it built. It also requires a variety of skills. Sometimes you need a technical and professional persons that have a lots of experience of industry, working on different projects, to get that. If the skill of the project is too high, so you need to hire a particular person who is experienced enough to carry that project on his or her shoulders. Sometimes you don't have that experienced people, and even if you have, it is difficult to retain those, because they demand very hectic salaries. They often move from one organization to another organization if they are offered a more attractive salary packages. So the risks associated with the building a system from the ground up can be quite high. The risks are of course too high, consisting of these above factors. Package software, on the other hand, many organizations buy package software that has been written for common business needs. It can be much more efficient to buy a program that have already been created and tested, and package system can be bought and installed quickly compared with the custom system. Package software can range from small single functional tools to the huge all encompassing systems such as enterprise resource planning applications. So many organizations that that they opt for the package software. It is sometimes beneficial to buy the program already that has already been created. For example, the point of sale system that is being run at the max budget. So when Daud started his new business, then opt for the buying of the already used point of sale system from the company that is being used at the max purchase. So they do not need to get that software built from the scratch, rather than they purchase it from the market already available, because it is being already running or being executed at the different supermarkets. So it is more stable, and it has already been tested, so it is comprised of like less errors, and it will be cheaper to purchase that. And if it is beneficial to get it customized from that particular software company in order to use it in your own company, because max budget doesn't operate the meat and the different other things that were not being offered at max budget. So these kind of requirements can be added on the request of the Daud supermarket, that they are offering the meat and different fish or different products that were not previously being provided by the max budget. So they can offer a more customization of that particular software as well. So package software can range from small single function tools to the huge all encompassing systems such as ERP systems. So package software might be अब आपने देखा होगा when you buy the max budget from max budget, the receipt that you receive in the end, at the bottom of the receipt you must have seen that this application is developed by a particular company. You often see that name of that company on the that receipt. The package software can range from small, so it range from small projects to the big projects like enterprise resource planning. Enterprise resource planning comprise these are huge projects comprising of 4 to 5 major modules of customer relationship management, inventory management, stock management, and the more famous ERP systems are Oracle Fusion or middleware, SAP modules, Microsoft, I think BizTech or Azure or something. Azure is a server. So I don't remember the ERP that is being provided by the Microsoft. I'll tell you in the next classes, inshallah. So one problem of package software is that companies utilizing package software must accept the function that is being provided by the system. So they already have that functionality, so they have to accept the functionality provided by the system. Most package applications allow for customization or the manipulation of system parameters to change the way certain features work. Most package applications, they allow the customization and manipulation. A custom built add-on program, the interfaces with the package application are called workaround, can be created to handle special needs. So custom built or add-on program, the interfaces with the package application, it means that when you buy a package software, if it lacks something and a new component or a workaround that can be developed in order to combine it with the package software, it is called workaround. Or sometimes if you want to add additional a new feature that is you already have it and you want to make it combine with the package software, you can call it the workaround, and that can be handled special needs. For example, you can develop the order cash on delivery or some other kind of a feature with your supermarket as well, that people can actually shop online and you handle the delivery of the different products from the supermarket directly to their homes. So you does not have only the outlets at physical outlets, but you can deliver it by receiving the orders online. System integration comes in the view that it refers to the process of building new systems by combining packaged software, existing legacy systems and new software written to integrate them. So system integration is actually the process of building new systems by combining packaged software that you bought, existing legacy system that you already have running in your company, and new software written to integrate them, and you might develop the new components to integrate them together. So integration refers to that you already have an existing software, you buy a new component, integrate that, and you develop the new component and integrate that. That is called a system integration. The key challenge in the system integration is finding ways to integrate the data produced by the different packages and legacy systems. So it is sometimes often difficult to integrate more than two components because they lack the compatibility issues, and so you need to develop such interoperable service utilities to do that. For example, Oracle, if you use the Oracle database management system and you want to migrate the data from Oracle to SQL Server, Oracle to MySQL, or if you are running the MySQL on the web application and your application is getting bigger day by day and you want to migrate your data from MySQL database management system to the Oracle database management system, so there is a way Oracle provides the gateway, a tool provided by the Oracle Corporation, that you can actually import or export different the data from different database management systems. But it sometimes creates compatibility issues because different database management systems, they have a different type of data types for the data that they store in their databases. So we need to provide the compatibility of that, how the particular data type from particular database management system is going to be equivalent to the particular data type into the Oracle database management system. So sometimes create the compatibility issues while system integration. So outsourcing means hiring an external vendor, developer or service provider to create or supply the system. Outsourcing firms called application service provider, ASPs, that supply software applications and or services over the internet. Sometimes you hire the external vendor or developer that can actually develop or create the system for you, and these firms are also called application service providers. A software as a service model is an extension of the ASP model. Software as a service model we have already discussed in the previous lecture कि क्या है, that they develop the application on their own platform, make it available, and then give you the service so that you can use it directly from that their own service. That application is not actually delivered to your company. That however you can use it through online from their servers, and they are running on their own servers, and they are maintaining it, they are updating it, etc., etc. So outsourcing has many advantages such as low cost of entry and a short setup time. Because if it is running as a software as service, you do not need to install it at your own home and hire the technical people to manage it. समटाइम्स लाइक आपकी जो वेब होस्टिंग है, तो वेब होस्टिंग में आपकी वेबसाइट आप खुद मैनेज नहीं करते. वो जो वेबसाइट है वो आपकी जो है वो वेब होस्टिंग सर्वर्स पे अवेलेबल है, एंड दैट सर्वर इज इट इज़ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ द कंपनी ओनर्स कि उनका सर्वर 100% 24 घंटे ऑन हो और इंटरनेट कनेक्टिविटी हो. ठीक है, तो आपके वो सर का दर्द नहीं है, वो आपको चीप पड़ेगा और वो डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ वेबसाइट देते कैन होस्ट ऑन देयर ओन सर्वर्स. Risk of outsourcing, compromising confidential information. Of course, your information will be stored on their own servers, not your company servers. Losing control over future development, because you cannot develop anything further because you don't have any code, anything else. You are just using the application. So they are the ones who are controlling the future development. Losing important skills of in-house professionals, because if you have any technical people in your in-house, they cannot increase their technical skills because they are not doing any development for that. You should never outsource what you do not understand. This is a technical proposition from the author. If you do not understand anything, do not outsource to the company, because they can easily cheat you. Carefully choose an outsourcing firm with a proven track record. So try to find out a firm that have already developed such kind of projects in the history, so that for them it is easy for them to develop such kind of project. कैसे कहते हैं कि reliable है. For example, you buy shoes from Bata, you know that Bata and service, they are reliable because they proven track record, they maintain certain quality. Which if you buy shoes from any local vendor, you cannot rely on the quality that they provide. They might be cheaper, but they don't have a proven track record. 3 types of outsourcing contracts. Time and arrangements means pay for whatever time and expenses are needed to get the job done. For example, जो है वो डेली वेजेस बेसिस पे, टाइम मैनेजमेंट, जो टाइम उनका कंज्यूम होगा, यू विल पे अकॉर्डिंग द टाइम दैट दे इन्वॉल्व. फिक्स प्राइस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मीन्स द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट आप असाइन करते हैं कंप्लीट प्रोजेक्ट का, कि आपको डिलीवर होगा इतने पूरे कॉस्ट में. एंड वैल्यूएडेड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, आउटसोर्सर रीएप सम परसेंटेज ऑफ द कंप्लीटेड सिस्टम बेनिफिट्स. फॉर एग्जांपल, द आउटसोर्सर इफ दे डेवलप एनीथिंग, सो दे कैन, इफ यू अर्न फ्रॉम दैट प्रोडक्ट, सो दे विल अर्न अ पर्टिकुलर परसेंटेज ऑफ दैट. आई माइट गिव यू एन एग्जांपल कि भाई जब हमारे दौर में मोबाइल कंपनीज ने स्टार्ट की थी 2003-2004 के बाद, तो हमारी क्लास के ग्रुप में जो है एक प्रोजेक्ट बनाया था उर्दू मैसेंजर का. तो उर्दू मैसेंजर के हवाले से जो है उन्होंने मोबिलिंक वालों से कांटेक्ट किया, यूफन वालों से, कि आप ये बाय करते हैं, ताकि वो कस्टमर जो है पर उर्दू मैसेंजर के तौर पे कांटेक्ट एक दूसरे के साथ इंस्टॉल करके अपने मोबाइल के ऊपर इंटरनेट को इस्तेमाल करते हुए जो है वो एक दूसरे के साथ कम्युनिकेट कर सकते हैं. उस टाइम पे जो है वो एक तरह की एक नई चीज़ थी, नया प्रोजेक्ट था जो कि कहीं भी नहीं था, क्योंकि लोग इंग्लिश में तो इंटरनेट पे चैट करते थे लेकिन उर्दू में नहीं करते थे. उर्दू में मैसेंजर फर्स्ट टाइम था. तो मोबिलिक उन्होंने वो सॉफ्टवेयर बाय करने की कोशिश की, उन्होंने फिक्स प्राइस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. लेकिन जो हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी के जो बच्चे थे उन्होंने कहा नहीं सर, फिक्स प्राइस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट न करें, हम वैल्यू एडेड करें. क्या पर कस्टमर हमें फॉर एग्जाम्पल 1 पैसा दे दें या आधा पैसा दे दें पर कस्टमर, ठीक है, लेकिन आप हम सेल नहीं करते, पर कस्टमर जो है वहाँ पे करें. पर कस्टमर से फ़ायदा क्या होता है कि भाई जितने भी मोबिलिंग कस्टमर बढ़ते जाते, हर कस्टमर जितनी मरतबा इसको इंस्टॉल करता है उससे पैसे जो है वो मोबिलिंग को मिलते हैं, उसका 1% जो है वो उन बच्चों को मिलता है और वो चलता रहता है जब तक कि वो सॉफ्टवेयर चल रहा है. तो दैट वाज मोर बेनिफिशियल. लेकिन मोबिलिंग वाले जो उस चीज़ पे एग्री नहीं हुए, एंड दैट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कुड नॉट येट साइन बिटवीन द मोबिलिंग एंड द स्टूडेंट्स. ठीक, मोबिलिंग वालों ने 4 लाख रुपये ऑफर दिया, हमें दे दो बस डायरेक्टली, लेकिन वो बच्चे नहीं माने. Outsourcing guidelines. Keep the lines of communication open between you and your outsourcer. हमेशा communication should be there. Define and stabilize requirements before signing a contract. You need to stabilize the requirements, refine it before signing a contract. View the outsourcing relationship as a partnership. Select the vendor, developer, or service provider carefully. Assign a person to manage the relationship. Don't outsource what you don't understand. Emphasize flexible requirements, long-term relationships, and short-term contracts. These are different advices for the outsourcing. Influences on the acquisition strategies. How we are going to acquire the software. What are the influences? Project characteristics that influence the choice of acquisition strategy. Business need. The business need is unique, then you go for the custom development. The business need is common, then you go for the package software. The business need is not core to the business, then you should go for the outsourcing. ठीक है. इन हाउस एक्सपीरियंस, अगर फंक्शनल टेक्निकल एक्सपीरियंस एग्जिस्ट है तो इन हाउस के लिए, कस्टमर के लिए जाएं. इन हाउस फंक्शनल एक्सपर्टीज एग्जिस्ट करती हैं तो आप फंक्शनल एक्सपीरियंस एग्जिस्ट करती है लेकिन टेक्निकल एग्जिस्ट नहीं करती तो फिर आप पैकेज के लिए जाएं. In house functional or technical experience does not exist, then you go for the outsourcing. So you considering these parameters, business need को देखते हुए, in-house experience को देखते हुए, project skills को देखते हुए, you need to compare your skills according to these three. अगर आपके पास exist करती हैं तो इनकी तरफ जाएं, नहीं करती तो आप outsource की तरफ जाएं. Time frame is flexible, then you go for the custom development. Time frame is short, go for the package software. Time frame is short or flexible, in between then you go for the outsourcing. So this is a very important characteristics that influence the choice of acquisition strategy. इनको parameters को दायरे में डालते हुए कि that we can choose कि किस जो है वो alternative को choose करना चाहिए. Business need. If the business need for the system is common and the technical solutions already exist, package software is the extreme better solution. Already available है, बिजनेस नीड फर्स्ट इज कॉमन है तो आप पैकेज सॉफ्टवेयर की तरफ जाएं. कस्टम सोल्यूशन शुड बी एक्सप्लोर्ड व्हेन द बिजनेस नीड इज यूनिक, फिर कस्टम डेवलपमेंट के लिए जाएं. आउटसोर्सिंग इज यूज्ड इन सिचुएशंस वेयर द बिजनेस नीड इज नॉट क्रिटिकल एलिमेंट ऑफ अ कंपनी स्ट्रेटजी. कि आपके कोर बिजनेस से वो चीज़ एग्जिस्ट नहीं करती तो उसके हिसाब में आप उसको आउटसोर्स कर सकते हैं. In-house experience. If in-house experience exists for all the functional and technical needs of the system, it will be easier to build a custom application. So if in-house experience exists for all the functional and technical needs of the system, it will be easier to build a custom application. So if we experience technical functional both available, so it is better to go for a custom application. A package system may be better alternative for companies that do not have the technical skills to build the desired system. So if a company does not have a technical skills, so just go for the better for the package. Project skills, the skills that are applied during projects are either technical or functional. Technical, functional means e-commerce. More behavioral. Different design alternatives are more viable depending on how important the skills are to the company's strategies. Project management, custom applications require excellent project management and proven methodology. Because custom application who is going to supervise the whole project must have an excellent project management skills. So there are so many things that can push a project off track, such as funding obstacles, funding कम है, staffing ऊपर नीचे हो रही है, and overly demanding business user. क्योंकि if in house development हो रही है तो there is a possibility कि आपके जो organization बिजनेस यूजर्स हैं दे कीप ऑन आस्किंग यार ये भी कर दो, ये भी ऐड कर दो, फलाना भी कर दो, बस भी होना चाहिए. विच इज़ व्हाट हैपनिंग एट द यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ सन राइट नाउ. इन IT डिपार्टमेंट देयर आर ह्यूज काइंड ऑफ रिक्वेस्ट दैट बीइंग टॉस्ड डेली फ्रॉम एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन कि आप कॉलेज साइड का सिस्टम भी डेवलप कर दें, LMS भी अपडेट कर दें, एग्जामिनेशन भी अपडेट कर दें, अटेंडेंस भी इंक्लूड कर दें, रिन्यूमरेशन बिल्स का भी मॉड्यूल आप डिज़ाइन कर दें. सो देयर इज़ अ ह्यूज overload on the IT department to develop these models and requests. In house में तो आप इनकार भी नहीं कर सकते and you work under lots of stress. The project team should choose to develop a custom application only if it is certain that the underlying coordination and control mechanisms will be in place. So they must choose if they have all the coordination and control in place. Package and outsourcing alternatives also must be managed, however, they are more shielded from internal obstacles. So, package and outsourcing alternatives are also should be managed, but they cannot be impacted more of the internal organization, क्योंकि अंदर के जो यूजर्स होंगे बिजनेस यूजर उनको ज़्यादा जो है वो एम्फेसाइज नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि वो दैट इज कॉन्ट्रैक्ट जो है वो ऑलरेडी जो है उनके बीच में साइन हो चुका है कि इसमें ये चीज़ जो है वो करनी है. Time frame. When time is a factor, the project team should probably start looking for a system that is already built and tested. If the time is very short, it is better to go for the package software. If a custom alternative is chosen and the time frame is very short, consider using techniques like time boxing to manage the problem. यानी कि अगर कस्टम अगर इन हाउस डेवलपमेंट हो रही है, उसका टाइम फ्रेम इज वेरी शॉर्ट, तो टाइम बॉक्सिंग यूज करनी चाहिए. टाइम बॉक्सिंग में वी नीड टू प्रायोरिटाइज डिफरेंट फंक्शनल रिक्वायरमेंट्स, हाई प्रायोरिटी, लो प्रायोरिटी, मीडियम प्रायोरिटी, and try to deliver the software considering firstly the high priority functionalities, and then when we get the time we then go for the medium, and then we go for the lower. But in order to deliver the project in the time, it is better to deliver it with a high priority requirements. An outsourcing solution could take as long as a custom development initiative. So outsourcing solution जो है वो उतना ही टाइम ले सकती है जितना जो है कस्टम डेवलपमेंट जो है वो टाइम ले सकती है. So selecting an acquisition strategy. To implement the acquisition strategy, additional information is needed. Which tools and technology are needed for custom development? कौन सी tools technologies चाहिए? What vendors make products that address the project needs? What service providers would be able to build the application if it is outsourced? One helpful tool is a request for proposal (RFP), a document that solicits a formal proposal from potential vendor, developer or service provider. किस तरह से एक्वाजिशन स्ट्रेटजी चूज करें, क्या करें. सो देयर इज अ टूल रिक्वेस्ट फॉर प्रपोजल. जिस तरह से वी ऑफन कॉल द टेंडर और ऑक्शन दैट वी रिक्वायर, वी ऑफन सी इन द एडवर्टाइजमेंट के गवर्नमेंट रिक्वायर्स सच काइंड ऑफ इक्विपमेंट, गवर्नमेंट रिक्वायर्स सच काइंड ऑफ सॉफ्टवेयर टूल टू बी डेवलप्ड. So RFP is described in detail the system or service that is needed, and vendor respond by describing in detail how they could supply those needs. So it is like a tender. The government will ask, or the company will ask, we need such kind of software in detail. They might mention the detail on the website, and they just put the link into in the advertisement, and the company can respond by providing the detail that how they can supply those needs and which cost. For smaller projects with smaller budgets, a request for information may be sufficient as it is short and less detailed. For smaller projects, only request for information means ये कितने में डेवलप हो सकता है, नॉट वेरी इन डिटेल्ड इन्फॉर्मेशन. फॉर एग्जाम्पल डिफरेंट कोड्स हम लेते हैं मार्केट से, ये हार्डवेयर कितने का मिलेगा, ये कितने का मिलेगा, ये कितने का मिलेगा, नॉट गोइंग टू मच इन डिटेल. When a list of equipment is so complete that the vendor needs only provides a request for quote, जो कि tender when they submit a request for quote may be used when they request for a different kind of prices that how much money that it will be developed. The alternative matrix combines several feasibility analysis into one matrix. It contains technical, economical and organizational feasibilities for each system candidate, pros and cons and other information. Alternative matrix can be made comprising of several alternatives, and for each alternative a different kind of economical, technical parameters can be set in order to compare those alternatives. The matrix is a grid with alternatives across the top and different criteria along the side. So matrix में सारे alternatives होंगे. Sometimes weights and scores are added to create a weighted alternative matrix. The score is assigned is a subjective assignment, means according to the organization's choice and experience. To avoid a bias analysis, each analyst develops ratings independently. तो हर एनालिस्ट अपने हिसाब से उसको रेटिंग देगा आपकी कंपनी का. सिंपल अल्टरनेटिव मैट्रिक्स यूजिंग वेट्स. देयर आर डिफरेंट अल्टरनेटिव. फॉर एग्जांपल दिस अल्टरनेटिव कस्टम एप्लीकेशन यूजिंग VB.NET, custom application using Java, and package software product ABC. So they have like three alternatives. They need to choose is from technical point of view, economical point of view, and organizational issues. They have criteria 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there are different weights assigned from different analysts of your organization to these alternatives. इसको choose करना चाहिए depending on what, या इसको choose करना चाहिए depending on these criteria point score, उसको choose करना चाहिए depending on these point of score. So this alternative might receive like 350 points. This might receive 270. This might require 360 points. You need to choose you create a different alternative matrix using weights in order to compare. This is also an outcome of the design phase that we have already seen in the beginning. Recommended system acquisition study, we have seen that system acquisition weighted alternative matrix. This is the alternative matrix that should be developed in the design phase in order to choose which alternative is better for the acquisition. So this is the end of the software design part 1, and inshallah by next week or by the next lecture we'll be discussing about the abstraction, the software design modeling, the different tools that can be used in the software design, etc., etc., in the software design part 2 lecture. Okay guys, thank you. Allah Hafiz, take care.